What's going on, you guys, and welcome to another video. Hope you guys are having a great day today. So I pulled the car in the garage. So what the issue is going on is the fuel system keeps running. It won't turn off. So initially, here's how it's supposed to be like happening. So normally I would get my keys and I would just turn it right here. And then right there is when the fuel system should turn on. However, even when it's off with the key in my hand, it's still running. The reason why it's not on right now is because, well, one, we unplugged the fuel system there, and we also unhooked the battery, so it's not even, there's no power going through the whole car. So we're trying to figure out that. Let me show you what I'm even talking about as far as like the fuel system running. So I'll go ahead and plug that back in and show you guys what's up. Alrighty, so I also took out the fuse box, so I have that out as well. I checked the fuses in here as well. I know that the fuel pump relay is right here. I even took that out and it still was happening, so I know that's not the problem. And then I also checked the fuse, my fuel pump fuse in here, which is right there, and it was good, so that's not the problem either. But let me go ahead and show you guys what is going on. So the fuel gauge is at 0 right now. And then once I plug this in, oh, it's not even on, bro.
Did you release the ground?
Alrighty, so here is the situation. I'm gonna plug this back on, right there. And the fuel system is now running, so it should not be on. The key is in my hand and it should not be on. However, it is on. We thought the ground was the problem, but the ground is connected right now, so is the green wire, which is the main wire, the power wire, and everything's hooked up and it's still going. So I think we're gonna have to try and figure this out. Fuck. So what I ended up doing is I kept like test shooting some things that I thought was the problem. So I thought it was the fuel pump relay, which I showed you. It was that one. That's to my stock pump. That's what Nick told me it was. So I took that out and it was still running, which I thought was kind of weird, which shows that that's not it. So I figured it was in the control pack, which is in the other fuse box. But those black things inside of the control pack were in there really tight, and I didn't know if you could take those out or not. He had no idea like what the problem could be too. He thought it was the fuel pump relay, or that's what it sounds like. We test shooted everything and it ended up like can't find out what the problem is. So I even went ahead and everything out of the fuse box, the first one, I even took out every single relay. I took them off just to see if any of them would cut off the system, and none of them worked. So I put all those back. It wasn't in that box. Everything in that box was good. Every fuse was great. So I'm thinking it's something in the control pack. I also did some research, went on some forums and whatnot, and did a little research on what could possibly be the problem, and a few things listed up. People were saying they had a bad ECU, which I hope is not the problem because that's like 800 bucks. This guy said his fuel system kept running and he had a bad ECU. He borrowed his friend's and put it in there and it ended up working. So that could be the problem. I really hope that's not the issue. Another thing that everybody was saying was it was a bad fuel pump relay, which I think is the problem. I think it might be one of those black things in that control pack, but I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna go send the car up to Nick, who did my Coyote swap. We're going to Daytona, and while we're over there, we'll just head on over to Nick's place and get everything checked out and get everything fixed, and hopefully we'll be able to fix the problem. We're going to Daytona tomorrow, so hopefully we get that done. Another thing that could possibly be the problem is a bad ground, but we diagnosed that when we rehooked everything towards the fuel pump. We rehooked it and we even soldered the wires, so everything's good. The ground is good. Like, we know that the ground is good, so we know it wasn't the ground. And then the other thing everybody was saying was a bad fuel pressure regulator. But that's not my case because my gauge was showing a pressure, so that's obviously not the case. So I'm thinking it's either a fuse or not a fuse, a relay somewhere in that control pack. I don't want to toggle with any of that stuff because I'm not 100% sure of what comes out and which ones are like bolted in there. Like that green thing in there is bolted in there, and I didn't want to like rip it out of the control pack. So I'm just gonna go up to Nick, and he knows a lot more of that control pack than I do. So we're just gonna go through and test a couple things that we think is the problem tomorrow and hopefully get everything figured out. But now what I have to do is every time that I come home or I get out of my car, I have to unplug the battery, and then when I'm ready to start my car, I have to open my hood, put the battery, turn it back on or plug it back in, then turn the car on. It's pretty annoying. Hopefully we get that fixed tomorrow. Hopefully it's not the ECU. That's gonna suck. And if you guys have any ideas of what the problem could be as well. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is the ignition. So the fuel system is hooked up to my ignition. So what I'm thinking is it might have shorted when I like switched it, like the wires might have like shorted the ignition. So like people were also saying it might be a bad ignition. So I don't know if that's the case, but if you guys have any ideas of what it could possibly be, let me know down below, and I'll try and do that as soon as I upload this, test shoot whatever, and then if nothing works, I'll head on over to Nick's place and get everything squared away. So let me know what you guys think. Kind of sucks that this happened, but you know, race car. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to smash the like button. If you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit the button because we are going to get this Coyote swap back in action, ready to go. And like always guys, have a great day. Peace.